These are the 12 mistakes newer players make on the golf course, and I'm going to help you to fix them really quickly. The first mistake is playing the incorrect tee. There's a tee over here that I'm playing at the back. This is the black tee. Then you get the yellow tee and the blue tee. And if you look further in front of us, there is the white and the red tee. A newer player should play as far forward as they possibly can. That's going to help you to just have more fun, get the ball to the fairway instead of duffing it short, instead of taking drop shots. Newer players and beginners tend to really want to rip the ball as hard as they can. And this can keep going, and you'll still see better players or more experienced players still doing the same thing. And whenever you point it out to a newer player or a beginner that they're hitting the ball too hard, they'll say, no, I wasn't. I was like perfectly off the ball like that. When you're a beginner and a newer golfer, work on the strike. If you can strike the ball better, it's going to go further. When you swing out of your shoes, you're going to hit the club face all over the show. Work on your strike. Work on getting more to the center of the face. Less effort swing, better center strike, longer shot, lower scores. Smash factor, smash-a-rooney all over the club facey, open, shut, whatever. You don't know where you are with your body. It's going spray and pray. We don't want spray and pray. Scrape and hit is a very disastrous habit of the newer player and beginner moving up, and sometimes you even see this in the lower handicaps, the low double digit. Scrape and hit. What is scrape and hit? It's when you go to a driving range, you're just hitting a ball, oof, teeing up another one, oof, scraping and hitting, not thinking at all. And this not thinking and scraping and hitting, when you get back to the golf course, nothing you did at the driving range has helped you. It's made it worse because you see bad shot after bad shot after bad shot. And when you get to the golf course, you're like, fuck, where's this ball going? Scrape and hit, forget about it. If you go to the driving range, work on something from your coach. Play an imaginary golf course, work on ball striking, just half wedges or pitching wedge or 7 irons to feel the middle of the club. Don't go scrape and hit drivers for 8 minutes and 40 balls. That is going to hurt your game. A big mistake that newer golfers make is they think that this club from the marketing is going to change their game. Sometimes it does. I'm not going to lie, it does sometimes. But oftentimes it's a fundamental that's going wrong that's causing the problem. If the new club is not just going to fix it like that. It might be a band-aid for a second, but slowly but surely those same things are going to come back. And this is why it's best to avoid watching videos on YouTube about generic swing advice, especially as a newer player. This is another issue. In order to combat this, what you can do is get in-person coaching. This is bar none, as a newer player, the best way to skip 3 to 4 years of pain. So many years of pain of trying to figure it out yourself, buy more clubs, new things, new video technique, whatever, stack and tilt, whatever that you don't know how to implement, it's going to fix you up very quickly. Now, let's say you're at the range, you've hit a couple, you start to feel good. Don't be ashamed of leaving half the bucket. Gain confidence at the range. I mean, it's very tempting. I love your excite mentality, is that you can get very excited, want to hit more. You're feeling the club face, you're getting it good. Sometimes it's best to stop while you're ahead. Less is more. But if you do find yourself in a bad spot at the driving range, start to get negative, start to hit bad shots, stop. Take a break. Understand you're not meant to hit balls one after the other without a break. You're supposed to change clubs like at a golf course. Go through your full pre-shot routine. Take a process from the range. When you get back to the course, hey, remember that process we did on the driving range? Now, I'm not trying to be mean, but as a new golfer, as a beginner, when you're far from the hole, as we are here, the temptation always is to take your longest club, just regardless of what's happening. You've just snap hooked your driver, a club you probably shouldn't be hitting, and you've left yourself 200 yards to the hole. So now with 200 yards to the hole, you figure, well, what am I going to do? I'm going to take my longest club because I've got a long way to go. You see how that ball is just sitting down? It's in a little hole, and all we need to do is get that ball back down the fairway. If you hit a fairway wood from there, you're topping it. So we just chip an 8-iron like you would around the green and just get it out. Now we're closer to the hole, 150 yards away. Sure, you're a newer player, but you're hitting your third shot from there instead of topping it, keeping it in the rough, slicing it in the water. A newer player, as soon as you can get that ball airborne 6 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 7 out of 10 times, That's when you need to start knowing your yardages. The moment you know your yardage is the moment you can start planning and enjoying this game to the maximum. Never be in denial of your yardage. Your yardage is your yardage. You just need to use the yardage you hit each club to break up the golf course. Please learn your carry yardage. You can get a GPS watch, you can do it at a TrackMan, you can measure it with a rangefinder. There are many ways. The best way is to wear a GPS watch when you play golf and let that track it for you 10, 20 rounds. You're going to know your carry distance. So we've got 170 yards here, 154 to the front. What are you confident with? As a newer player, you don't always have to be pin hunting. You just want to get the ball in the hole in as few shots as possible, not like a professional, but as a newer player. So we hooked a drive there, we've punched out to here, now we have 153 to the front. What can you hit 150? Let's see, I hit like a pitching wedge or 9-iron, so let me play, let's say a 3 hybrid and punch one up there to show you how it's done. Now I'm not doing this like as some kind of asshole. I'm not trying to show you, whoa, I'm a 2 handicap, look how well I play. I'm saying, look, I don't play a 3 hybrid or whatever this hybrid is. I never do. So I'm just going to punch one up there and show you what's possible. So yeah, for 2, for example, you're a newer player, it's a par 4. Let's just take our little hybrid. Let's say you hit this thing 150 yards or so. Like that, little runner. See? That's the best you can do on that, that's fine, but it's in play. Don't overextend yourself by trying to hit 180 yard shots and just screwing them up, because maybe your hybrid or whatever your longest club is, you're going to just top it, you're going to slice it. Get it in play. Now we have a pitch shot. Let's go see from there. This is where you develop the good strike, the small swings that give you a good strike. This is the place where you shave shots. Yes, you might make an 8, but it's better than a 9 or a 10, or picking up your ball. When you stop picking your ball up on double par because you can chip and putt, that's when the game starts to get fun. Then you start to get the ball in play more. And then once you get better at the longer game, hey, you've got that short game already. And that's the secret. People will never realize this. They focus on driver, 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 smash, smash, smash. There's that guy sitting in the back there, not relying on power, not trying to hit it too hard, getting the ball close, chipping and putting. He's going to be the man. Now look at that, right? It bounced up and it stops next to the pin. You may not be able to do that to start with, but just get it to land on the green and let it roll past 20 feet. Leave yourself a putt. You can do it. Don't get caught up in the pro type game. Get the ball on the green, make a putt. One of the biggest errors a beginner or newer player makes is over expectation, crazy expectations. Golf progress non-linear. It's almost impossible to have a constant state of improvement at golf. It goes like this. You're going to go up and down. For 3 weeks you may think you have this game licked. You're never going to blow up a score. Bam, you come and you shoot 120. That's just how it goes. If you can let go of those expectations and come to each round, focus on each shot, each hole individually, keep going, don't give up till it's in the hole, you're going to play great golf. Now this is the final big mistake that newer beginner players make, and it's the one I see the most often, without a doubt the most common, is a lack of mindfulness on the greens. Now it's a tough game. The short game is a tough game within a game. Putting is extremely new, it doesn't make sense, you're rolling it along the green. I get that. But eventually you have to start understanding that when I hit a ball that hard, it's going too far past the cup. Now you have to start understanding, okay, that was that backswing and that forward swing. Maybe I need to reduce that a little bit. Okay, when you are on a downhill putt, you start off above the hole and the hole is below you. We have to be cognizant that it's going to roll quicker. So we have to hit it softer. If you hit it the same pace as a flat putt, that's what happens. You have another putt coming back. Now, because you're so freaked by the speed, what are you going to do? You're going to be very scared of this one because you weren't cognizant that's downhill and now this is uphill. Now because this is the uphill putt, you're freaked because of the downhill one, but you didn't realize that this is now back uphill. So what normally happens, you come up and you're scared and you leave it short. Why? Because you're unaware of the slopes. When you become aware of the slope and understand on an uphill putt, you have to hit it firmer, and on a downhill putt, you hit it softer. This is going to save you so many shots Now you give it a good rattle up the hill, they start dropping. When you're on a downhill, you can use two techniques, okay? You don't have to just listen to me criticize and tell you what mistakes. You can use the toe of your putter with the same stroke, or you can imagine a hole short of the cup. Just imagine one and hit it to that hole. If you find when you imagine a hole, you hit it and the ball stops at your imaginary hole, you have great touch. Now all you need to do is figure out how to hit the ball on the club face to reduce some speed and still see the main hole. So here's one from the toe. That's from the toe. And then the other technique, which is to just see something short of the cup and hit to that. Now, leaving yourself a putt just to the side of the hole like this, or just short, or just over here, is much better than hitting it way past and freaking out, leaving it short on the return. Now, this is something that you can fix on the course, in the moment, unlike trying to solve your slice on the course. The putting is something you can fix right away on the course by just being cognizant and being conscious of the slope, the effect of hitting the ball on that downhill slope, uphill slope, side hill slope. One more big mistake new golfers make is they try and play like elite golf balls. They're expensive. You're going to lose a lot of them. Why lose the golf balls and have tension about losing golf balls? Air straight. This is crap. Now, this is going to make no difference to your game whether you're playing a urethane, a pro ball, or this junky secondhand ball. Buy secondhand golf balls. You're going to lose a lot of them.